Well, that was weird. I didn't hear our intro. Did you guys hear our intro?
Sure did.
I did. It's always a banger every time.
Yeah, I was getting ready to dance to it, and I couldn't hear it. Now I'm all like, what the hell?
Just you.
Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast, the official podcast of the Geeks and Company. My name is JS. We are the Geeks and Company. We got a special guest with us. But before we get to our special guest, Mr. London Comic-Con. Heck yeah! How you doing, buddy?
I was doing okay up until about 25 minutes ago, where before the podcast started, we spent 15
You don't have to talk about that.
fucking minutes
We do.
trying to figure out why JS's audio was so shit. And he's going through all the settings, and he sounds like he's way far away. I kept on saying, like, you sound like you're in the next room. Like, what's going on? I'm not joking. 15 minutes. This motherfucker is playing with the settings and trying to figure it out. And then Rob finally goes, hey, is your mic just turned around backwards? So I booked my laser removal session here for next week to get this fucking thing off my arm, because I don't want to be associated with this group anymore. Hi guys, welcome to another edition of the Geek Boutique podcast. Like you said, we do have a special guest with us, but before we get to that guy, we got to get to the bad guy, Rob, to the B to the
Robbie the
what's going on?
Roberto. I am just getting like super humped.
Super humped.
Super humped. Con crunching, making stuff, last minute touches on things I want to bring to London, fixing up the throne, a little bit of touch up here, touch up there.
Some new
Getting
cosplays.
New cosplays, yeah. We're gonna
I like your new setup there. I see you've moved to the main floor.
Yeah, I so remember we were talking about having 3D printer problems. So I'm currently testing my printer.
Yeah.
And it makes a bunch of noise, and it's going really well so far. So I thought I'm not going to mess it up and stop it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna relocate for tonight. So
Yeah.
we're in the library this evening.
You had to 3D printing and you had to fight some layer shifting. You know the pain is real.
Whatever the fuck that is. Also joining us today, I've known this gentleman for a long, long time, but he's been so good to the Geeks and Co for the past 3 years. The man, the myth, the legend, Jake. Jake, why do we have you on the podcast today? Who's Jake?
I'm just a guy, man. I'm just
The guy with a van.
I am a guy with a cool van.
What are we talking about today, Jake? Why do we have you on the podcast?
All right. Well, we're here to talk about the London Comic-Con, which is happening next weekend, September 13th, 14th, downtown London, RBC Place, Southwestern Ontario's largest pop culture party.
And what is your association with London Comic-Con, Jake?
Are we allowed to swear on here?
Absolutely.
I own the fucking thing. I'm not like that.
It's me. I run this shit.
I'm the guy who has to answer at least 50% of the emails, and
you're the guy signing the checks. You're the guy booking the guests. You're the guy. Well, now I understand.
I'm one of the. I mean, Andrew, and you know Andrew, my business partner, and he's also, so he's the other face. So I'm like the most of the time I'm like the invisible man. I can sneak through. I don't stand in front of the camera too often, so I can. And
yet you were gracious enough to come onto the podcast tonight specifically to talk about the show coming up in 9 days, guys. We're 9 days away from London Comic-Con.
I do it because I love you guys. You know that.
No, that's got to be what it is, especially when the lights are out.
Yeah.
How many years is this now for London Comic? Is it 11 or 12? I'm trying to remember now. Is this the 12th year now?
No, it's 11. We started 2014.
11. Yeah.
First one was 2014 in the basement of Centennial Hall.
Yeah.
2 guests, a handful of artists, handful of vendors, pro wrestling. I did that one on my own because before that I was doing a horror convention called Shockstock, which still runs. It's been running for about 15 years now.
Yeah.
And
banger.
Yeah, and my kids were getting a little bit older, and they said, "Dad, why don't you have Comic-Con?" And so I said, "Okay."
That 11 years later.
Yeah, and then it grew, and then Andrew partnered up with me and said, "Hey, let's like make a real go of this thing," because I mean, no offense to what I was doing, but it was a small show, and
apparently you brought your booster club with you today. We love Jacob Windatt.
Oh, look at that!
It's nice, good.
Yeah, that's Katrina. She's wonderful. Big shout out to Katrina. But yeah, we started small, and we kind of made a trajectory to go. Okay, how does this going to grow? How is this going to work? And so, then we put our two heads together. Andrew's had a lot of experience running events and putting on shows. I had a lot of experience getting there, and just working logistics and production stuff. And my background is like multimedia production, film production, video production. So we started doing everything ourselves in house. You know what I mean? Like we our own social media, our own ads, our own stage production, everything else. Like we plan it all from the ground up, and it's a lot of work. We still do it that way, but we got a team. We're growing a team, and together with and meeting so many great people within the community. Like yourself and like people through the 501st, Doctor Who Society, all these great cosplay groups, and really just giving them an opportunity and a platform to do more of what they want, giving them a little more freedom to have fun with it. You know what I mean? And that's why, as of this year, London Comic Con is the pop culture party, because that's what we want it to be. We want party vibes. We don't want, standing in line for 8 hours to, get, somebody spit talking on your autograph that you waited 5 hours for because you're so close to everyone in line and everything. Not to say we don't want, 100,000 people in the building, but we want 100,000 people in the building having fun.
No, that's fair. Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because like you said, you guys started small. But if I'm from London, so I've been close to the show right from the jump. And I do remember it seemed like, I don't remember which year you guys first had William Shatner. Year 3, maybe?
Yeah.
I remember, for me anyway, it seemed like a bit of a turning point for you guys and your show, where I don't know if it worked attendance wise or ticket wise or everything, but I think it got the notice of a lot of people in the region.
Yeah.
A lot more maybe than it did in the couple of years leading up to it.
Yes.
Because like you said, you guys did kind of start small and then grew, but it really felt like that Bill Shatner show. Not that you need to be reliant on guests, but really got people talking about your show.
It ramped up. And that was like right on the turning point in like the celebrity culture around Comic-Con. Like, like at that point, I think, which would have been like 2016, 2017, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And that's really, I think, when the momentum shift with the fan expos and they really blew up, as well as like we just got in behind that and had Shatner there, and he's still, you know what I mean? Like and we'd love to host Shatner again. You know what I mean? We'll reach out to his people maybe next year, maybe the year after, maybe whenever we can get him in.
Yep.
But it's like, but we want to give him an experience that's unique. We don't want him to feel the pressure of those mammoth shows. And you're seeing it a lot too. Like we see, and I was talking to, there was an artist, his name's Mario, the drawing machine. He's at our show. Stop by and get a sketch from him. He's a really great guy. He's always a great supporter. But I was chatting with him today, and he was saying a lot of the artists that booked, even at Fan Expo this year, they only attend like Thursday, Friday, Sunday. They don't even come on Saturday because it gets so crazy just for, you know what I mean? Like the mega celebrity that's there, that eats the entire room up. And we had that year with we had Shatner. It kind of happened to us. Like we had some guests that were like, well, there's no real point being out on the floor when he's out there because he sucks the money out of the room and
down the show. Yeah.
And it's like, it's great. It's good. But it's also like, well, you know what? Instead of everyone saying, oh, okay, we'll take a break. It's like, let's give them an opportunity to go and enjoy themselves too. Right. Yeah. So, we want more engagement. We've got some guests this year that are, that we're saying, hey, you know what? Take some time, walk the floor, engage with the crowd, go play some games, go, you know what I mean? Like snap some photos in some of the booths. And we typically do that. It's something that we want to happen. We always bring the guests around and let them have a little bit of fun too, because that is part of the reason why they do it, is because they do love the fans and they love the culture of it. It's just,
no, for sure.
They want the opportunity.
You've built such a good reputation for the show in the region now as well. It didn't, like, so early on, I guess, like William Shatner blows your show up, like you said, but now you're 11 years in, the show has such an amazing reputation in the region. I don't feel like I like where you're going now. I guess that was what I'm trying to say is now you're trying to make it more of an experience as opposed to a flea market with guests, right? You're trying to make sure there's things to do at your show that you're not getting at the other shows. That's important to you, that level of involvement and that level of activity. And you're so good about bringing the different cosplay groups into and giving them a chance to show off their stuff and get people in it. So is that what you're envisioning kind of moving forward a little bit, is to shift a little bit, not away from guests completely, but really trying to amp up the experience of the show as opposed to just selling stuff and having guests?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I mean is experiential events are something that I've also been working on a lot. I've joined a production team or two that have done produced some other experiential galleries and stuff like that we've traveled Canada, and that's what I've been doing this year on top of this and that and the other. But it's really kind of opened my eyes to go, this is what people want. You know what I mean? Like as opposed to with the example of like the Art of Banksy gallery that I'm working on. It's not just art on a wall. It's a gallery. It's artwork, but it's not just art on a wall. It's art that becomes the room. It's art that you know what I mean, like that you step into yourself, and that's what that's what we get with with the Geeks and Co. You're not just. It's not just the chair, the throne, the Game of Thrones throne in a room. You go, hey, you want to take a photo with the throne? No, you get to step into the world. We've got characters there. We've got the experience of engaging with people and with other fans, and you get that time. It's not like a soul. It's not soulless. It's got a soul. And the same like this year we are working with the local theater company, Odessa Theater Company, and they are producing an experience for us, which is a Squid Game themed experience in the back courtyard.
Yes, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, and it's really fun because it's not just, again, like we've got somebody sculpting a Young He statue, and but instead we're adding soundscapes and we're adding actors in character, not just somebody in the costume to wave and point. It's like, no, they're the guards. If you fail, you're eliminated, and there's no $1 million prize.
Experiences, there you go. That's the word.
And it's like you got to start. I mean, we're gauging everything here. It's in the courtyard behind RBC Place. It's not, we're not walking into a full movie set, but I mean, it allows you to really have fun with it. You know what I mean? Let your imagination take over. Go step into a world that's that you can let your dreams become reality. That's what we're doing.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Are we going to get some memes going on here? Don't let your dreams. Just do it. You and I talked earlier too, a little bit. I know this is the last question I'm going to have about guests, because I know we're kind of moving away from that. But I know there's been challenges at some of the other cons in the region trying to sign guests, that they're kind of getting not only gobbled up by the bigger cons, but the bigger cons are having them sign exclusivity arrangements where you can only do our cons, or you can only do so many cons in a certain radius and a certain time frame. Can you talk a little bit about the challenge that you may have faced in recent times trying to quote unquote compete for guests in such a way?
Well, I mean, it's not so much that right now we're competing with, you're also competing with a border that, some people aren't really comfortable crossing right now, or they're not comfortable with the optics of crossing it to their fan base, because maybe they want to come, but their fans are a little bit misguided in what it means to step into another country right now.
Right.
So there's a lot of murkiness there. There are guests that are getting exclusivity deals, and there are other shows that, frankly, they leverage us when we inquire about, hey, we'd like to book a guest. They'll go back to company B and go, hey, these guys are interested, but if you want to give us the more money, then let's send them your way. And they'll go, absolutely, because because that's what they are. They're autograph shows. It doesn't really, I mean, it's challenging because sometimes you get stuck on a back and forth or a wait, maybe, yeah, okay, so we drafted up, posters this year, flyers this year, and they had probably 3 guests on them that, you know, we made the image and we got ready to go, and then the last second they pull back and they, sorry, they're not going to come. Okay, let me change the design and let me move this over. Let me see who else you can get. Oh, okay, now this person's not coming, and you know, you can't jump the gun on that stuff. And you see a lot of shows that probably do that. You see guests that do cancel all the time. And some of those cancellations were probably, and I'm not saying they are every time, but there's probably guests that cancel months and months in advance, and the con just doesn't tell you
till the week of or day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
100%.
And it might happen. I'm not saying it does, but we try to prevent that. Like when we post guests, we really want them to be coming. So
Committed, yeah.
And it's also, again, like, and to go back to the mega guests, that's, you know, the big name guests that with the 4-hour lineup and the sucking the money out of the room. We love those. We love having those experiences. We want people to have those experiences, but there's other shows that they can get those experiences at. You know what I mean? We're not going to pretend like you couldn't go to Toronto from London and meet a big celebrity and get that, you know, wait in line and get the whole cast of Back to the Future, you know?
Right.
If we did that, it's not as big of an opportunity for those guests because our demographics, our size is smaller, right? Like,
right.
And in the same way that, you know, any show in the US is as big as our biggest show. You know what I mean? Like any show, you go to Denver, the Denver Comic-Con is massive. The Boston, you know, Dallas, all these shows are huge, if not bigger. They're massive shows. And like the population density can accommodate those guests coming in and doing it. London, Ontario, it's not there. So what do? We offer something alternative. We build on our community and the outward community. Now we're building out to Southwestern Ontario. We still want, and we still hope to bring in lots of great engaging guests, but we also want guests, like I said, that are able to do stuff. We had in the past, we were at a different venue. We've hosted entire pro wrestling events within the show. Right. As opposed to bringing a wrestler. You bring up, people go, oh, I want to meet a wrestler. I want to meet a wrestler. Well, London Comic-Con this year is 13th and 14th. On the 17th, the Wednesday afterwards, the entire company, AEW company, is in London for a show, and they're all going to be walking out to their cars and signing autographs in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is it worth it for us to invest tens of thousands of dollars into bringing 2 names down who are going to be here on Wednesday anyways?
Right.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, well, we're going to not do that this year. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, well, it's not going to work out. But if you're a fan, you're getting your opportunity. You know what I mean? We're not taking an opportunity away from it because the opportunity's there. You know what I mean? It's just not coming from us this year.
So what would you say then, putting on a show of this size in this region, what's your biggest challenge every year putting the show together?
The biggest challenge every year is just wanting to do to up yourself. You got to up yourself in some way. And like where we want to build and grow and grow and grow. And like, that's what we want. We want to grow the show. We want to become a show where, like I said, we can accommodate all these things. The biggest challenge is just being right smack in the middle of Detroit and Toronto. That's the biggest challenge every year, is being in London, Ontario. The city is great. I love this town. I love this city. It's not my hometown. It's not where I was born, but it's definitely where I call home. And, but the thing about it is that it is challenging to bring in guests because they don't like, they go, oh, it's not a major city. It's not a big town.
It's the less cool London.
It's the less cool London, and it's also it's ground travel. It's like, oh, you got to fly somewhere, and then you got to take a car service. Oh, there's no direct flights to London, Ontario. Yeah. You know, like that's the big one.
We got an international airport. What are you talking about? Of course.
Well, it's international sometimes.
Trust me, guys. It's not.
Sometimes it's international.
Yeah, they got one flight in Vegas that I think they just canceled. So it's definitely not.
Yeah. So when we started Shock Stock in like 2011, there was a direct flight from Chicago to London.
Oh, okay.
And we would fly people LA to Chicago, Chicago to London, because Chicago had, everybody knows Chicago Airport. Yeah. It's a bit of a hectic
major crossroads.
Yeah, but it's a major crossroads, and everyone goes, Okay, that's fine. As soon as that was gone, it became LA to either Detroit or Toronto and car service, because otherwise they got to wait 3 hours for a 20-minute for a layover for a 20-minute flight when they could get here by 2 hours by car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then they go, oh, well, we'll take the car. But then they also, like, no one realistically, like, nobody wants to be in that car. Nobody wants that car service. They don't want to sit in a car to the airport that's 2 hours each way. You know what I mean? Like, it creates challenges. And I really feel like that infrastructure is what holds some things back. Again, we're not at the point where we can start booking $10,000 an hour private jets for people to fly them directly here. But it definitely, it would help if I had my pilot's license.
Hey, you got to get working on that, bud.
Yeah, I just start going out. Hey, I'll pick you up.
You.
All right, we'll see you guys. I'm driving the guests in a biplane.
Yeah. 2 hours can feel like a long time in the car. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Jake, you one of the things that we often talk about when we talk about your show is how unique your show is, in the sense that almost every other show you go to, and Jeff mentioned this a little bit earlier, is just a flea market and some autographs. But it feels like you guys spend a lot of time picking your vendors to make sure that everything is unique. Like, you guys have the type of vendors that nobody else has, first of all, and you don't see the same vendor 14 times like you do at a lot of our shows. Every single one is unique, and everybody does something different. And is there a lot of thought and time and effort going into that part, or is it just how it happened?
No, it definitely is something that we consider. Like, it's always something that we consider. We definitely want to have a curated show floor, just, again, to keep people excited, and to maximize potential profits. Because if you it comes with challenges, because sometimes you have to, like, you got to sell the space to pay for the venue, to pay for the show.
Right.
So you need to fill the space. But we're very blessed, and we're very lucky to have such a great pool of vendors in southwestern Ontario and beyond, that we can curate that. And it's unfortunate, but it's also beneficial, because sometimes, like, sometimes we get vendors who come to the show every year, and then, for example, this year there's one vendor who's been coming for the last 3 years, didn't sign up on time, and we've filled their space with something else. Are we saying, hey, we don't want to deal with you anymore? No, we're saying the space is full. Next year they come back, but that gives a little bit of a refresh too, right? To see, hey, you know what? I haven't seen you here in a couple of years. That's good. So we've got comic book shops, comic book vendors, Funko Pop vendors. They come and they go. And then stuff like, the mystery boxes and the weapons, and back in the day it was the fidget spinners, but, like, you would really have to put the brakes on stuff like that, because you will get guys that just, they want to set up entire rows of just fidget spinners, and then you get 6 guys doing it. You know what I mean? So we are always mindful of that. There's definitely, like, we will leverage like good spaces to get vendors in that we want. You know what I mean? Like, one thing that you can never have too much of in a Comic-Con is comic books. Comic book vendors, they have a huge undertaking to get comic books in the building. Huge. They've got to bring so much stock. They've got to, you know what I mean? Like, they got long boxes, tons and tons of tons, stacks of them. And it's hard. And they got to hope that they sell, you know what I mean? A couple $20 and $30 books, per customer, that comes in there to cover the space, because they take up a lot of square footage. They got to make a lot. So we give them breaks. You know what I mean? Like with some of the comic book vendors that come in and have been coming for years, we give them a little bit of a break, you know, because we want them there because it's a Comic-Con, you know.
Jake, do you want to address this real quick? Just because this became a big thing at Fan Expo and there was a protest in the building and everything else. So the whole thing with the AI art and the AI vendors and such.
Yeah, this is a big deal in the community right now.
Big hot butt thing right now. Like I said, I guess the Bell booth. By the way, Jake, I think your mic's rubbing on your shirt. If you wouldn't mind kind of like picking
Yeah, let me just
every time you're moving, it's like we're getting like
sometimes here.
I guess a couple of the vendors were selling some clearly AI art, AI designed and made art. And then the Bell booth in particular, not to call it Bell, I'm working for Bell right now, but the Bell booth in particular, like their corporate booth, a lot of the backdrop was clearly AI. Is that something that's come up in any of your meetings with your people, or is this something that you're going to be watching out for? Where are you guys?
I think we've had a no AI policy at our show for the last 2 years.
Right.
So that is always something
of it, and you're battling it from your end, thinking it's probably not the best to have.
No, God, it's awful. And you know what? And like, I'll tell you 100%. And I'm gonna own it. So there was last year at our Geeky Gifts Market, which is our Christmas, you know,
I go every year
event.
Santa Claus is there, guys. You should go. You can sit on
Santa
and tell them.
We had a multiverse.
Oh yeah, you had a whole bunch of Santas last year. That's right.
Yeah. So in some of our marketing, and it was me, I was the one who did it. So we had a photo we had taken of our wonderful Deadpool, DP TikTokos, I think he's called.
Yep.
And we did a gag post where we said, oh, we didn't have a photo of him with a hat, so we asked AI to create the hat, and then like, here's 4 different versions, pick your favorite. And like one of them, his head was like a different guy's head smiling, and one of them he had a head on top of his head, and it was just awful. And I just like used like whatever you do in Photoshop, where you say you circle it and you go generate and you type hat, and then it gives you 4 results that are awful, and you post them. And it was a joke. I originally I sent it to Deadpool, to James.
Yeah.
And I was like, look what just happened. And he's like, that's so funny. We should post that, because it's Deadpool, right? Deadpool,
right, of course,
is a joke. And we got so much blowback from that. People were like, how dare you use AI? And I was like, we're making fun of it. Was and you know what?
That's
like,
silly to me. That's exactly what AI is.
That's where it's fair use.
Yeah.
Right. No, but you know what though? Like, but to be fair to the people who were upset about it, it is, you know what I mean? Like they're saying, and I don't agree with, well, you could have paid an artist to make bad images on Deadpool's head. But the thing is that you're feeding into the machine. That's what they were saying. By using it, it's still helping it to grow. It's still helping it to adapt. And so we really have, like, I mean, obviously, stuff like wire removal in movies, and they're never going to not use tools like that. Like using AI as a tool is one thing, but using AI to create artwork, to type a prompt to say, make me a picture of Santa Claus, and then make that as your poster, like, no, that doesn't happen. And we've got, we always or bring in artists. We've got a wonderful indie artist, goes by the name Goofbell, who we've commissioned to do our show poster for this year. So that'll be the poster with the map on the other side. So we've got, normally I put something together with the guests, and then I was like, no, now we're getting the artists. We want artists to be involved. We really want to start focusing more on real artwork, real artists, and, give them the space as well. And that, again, that goes into the AI thing. So yeah, we're done with, even joking about it. It's we don't want it.
It's just too hot a topic right now. Yeah, it's just
yeah. And we've got like a bit of and I think we started it last year with we have like a WhatsApp snitch line. So if you see somebody at a booth that you suspect, you can message the WhatsApp. And we've got like an undercover guy that shows up, and he's a bit of a goon, and
a big comical magnifying glass.
No, he just goes up and go. He's gonna go up and go, hey,
why does that have 5 fingers on it?
I don't. You got proof that this ain't AI, because if it's AI, you're getting out of here now. You're getting tossed. And again, like I love the community. I'm a sweet guy, but I'm also not afraid to flip a table if I have to, and I will 100%. I will personally go to an AI table and flip it right over,
Right.
and
You're all
kick
done.
them
Thank you.
the fuck out.
Yeah. No.
Though I will also say, there is, and I don't think he's at the show this year because I think he's doing something. He's building a new studio or something. But there's an artist, and we've used him in the past, and he uses AI brushes in his artwork that create like random generated line brushes, and he creates like a immersive augmented reality artwork. You point your camera at it and it comes to life and all this stuff. So he uses AI as a tool within his own artwork. It's like AI as your paintbrush, but he's still painting.
Right.
So stuff like that will allow.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not saying if you know what I mean, if your computer helps you in any way, then you're done. It's, you know what I mean, pencil and paper only. If that's the case, we gotta ban the photocopier next, right? So
right.
it is a fine line.
Purely, you know, if the whole piece is AI generated.
Yes, exactly, and that's what I mean. Is we don't want to discourage people from being creative in any way that they find that they are able to.
Right.
But we don't want people to cop out and to
type a prompt into something and then sell it, and then you got some guy that's been laboring on a piece for 30 hours watching the money go over there because it looks more like what they're at. Yeah, no, that's no, for sure. And apparently some people would like to see you go to, maybe we should set one up on purpose. Maybe we should set up an AI art booth on purpose, and you just come storming in at one point and just flip the fucking table right there.
Maybe that'll be my cosplay for Saturday.
There you go. You'll be AI art table flipper. Yeah, we'll have some AI art pieces at our booth, and you just come along and flip the table. And
I've always wanted to also, and maybe we could do something on the main stage. Like maybe I could strangle a hologram or something.
Yeah. See?
Strangle a hologram.
We're outside. We're breaking the paradigm here, kids. We're outside the box thinking. That's good. I like
That's
it.
right.
I like it. Yeah, Tiffany's
talking about the main stage.
Yes.
Yes, please.
We're doing something pretty cool at London Comic Con this year.
I hope so.
Today, if you didn't know, if you didn't see the thumbnail, if you didn't see any of the posts I've been doing, today is episode 199 of the Geek Boutique. What does that mean for next week? Well, it means that next week's Thursday show is not going to happen on Thursday.
No.
It's actually going to happen on Saturday.
It is.
At 1 p.m. live on stage at London Comic Con.
Whoa.
I am a little bit excited about this because
they must be desperate for content. Desperate.
Right?
For content to put us nerds up on that stage for an hour for our 200 show.
Prime time.
Woo. Good Lord. Have Jake flip a table.
Really taking a risk.
Perfect.
We moved mountains to make this
I agree.
happen.
Look, this Keith, great idea. Have Jake flip a table as your intro. I'm down. Jake.
Damn, there you go.
Yeah. German text me into the table. It'll be great.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing some fun stuff there. We're gonna be do we still want to start spilling beans? I don't know if we want to start spilling beans. Maybe not.
Depend. Which beans are you talking about?
Well, exactly what our podcast is going to be all about on Saturday.
We can talk about it.
We can spill the beans on the one thing, maybe not spill the beans on the other thing. How's that?
Which thing are you talking about?
You got a 50-50 chance of spilling the wrong beans.
I think we probably spill the beans on our plan for the app that we're planning on using and what that's
okay. Perfect. Okay, so that's what I thought you meant. Okay. Yeah. So you know what? Maybe I'll let Rob spill those beans because it was
it's Rob's baby. Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, you guys don't watch my stories. I already spilled these beans.
I don't.
Well, fair enough.
You're right about one thing.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to do. Those who've been watching us for a while has probably seen a top 10 or two, and they can be pretty fun. So we thought we would try to. We only have so much time on stage here, but we thought we'd try to fit in a top 10 live, and we're gonna do it. We're going to look for interaction from the audience. So we're going to set it up. You can go to slido.com. You might have done this before. You slido.com, you put in a code. You're going to get a choice of 15 cosplayers. We're going to do a Marvel versus DC top 10. You're going to get to pick. And as people pick
not cosplayers, characters.
Sorry, characters. Thank you very much. Marvel versus DC characters. And then it'll rank the top 10 live. So you're gonna help us choose the top 10. We're gonna do it throughout the day before we go on stage, and then we're going to kick it off live on the stage. discuss the results at the end of the show, and we'll together do our first live top 10.
Stephanie here is saying, I'm not sure I can even see the stage where my booth is. It doesn't matter because you can do it right on the app.
And trust me, you'll be able to hear us. Our voices have a tendency to
Oh yeah. So you'll be able to go on the app, rank your top 10, and then we'll get to actually do a top 10.
It's super easy.
It'll be the people's
easy
top 10.
website, easy code.
The people's top 10.
Yeah. You just pick. You put 1, 2, 3, easy peasy.
So Saturday, guys, Geek Boutique live at 1:00 up on the main stage. I think we've got about an hour up there. So 200th episode. Who knew? Not if you're down.
That.
Well, that's true. You will have to be upstairs to not to participate, but to see it happening. You can vote from downstairs.
They can also watch. It's also going to be live, so I mean, even if they're downstairs,
they
can watch it on there.
That's a good point. You'll be able to watch it on YouTube from wherever you are.
Recorded. It's going to be live. So just like we do it here every week, it's going to be what you're seeing here, but there on Saturday.
RBC Place has free Wi-Fi. It's not the best, but it might be enough to stream. You can stream like a 240p.
Nobody wants to see
I'm just
no
going
one wants to
upstairs.
see us in 4K, man. Nobody.
Yeah.
Yes, but live on stage. Yeah. So it should be a good show. Is there anything, Jake, out of this show that you're most looking forward to?
For this year?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm a horror guy. That's where we started. So the very first show, the very first Shock Stock we ever did was in 2011. And we had brought a few guests. Among those guests was a legendary Scream Queen and a horror movie legend by the name of Linnea Quigley. Linnea Quigley is coming to Comic-Con this year to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Return of the Living Dead.
Cool.
Which is really cool. And I don't know if we've really pushed this a lot, but we're working with our good friends at Coffin Creek Coffee Company and Locked in the Cellar Creations. What we're actually doing is we're creating a graveyard cafe, which is right off of to the side of the stage. So there'll be like a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a VIP area, but it'll be like a nice little Coffin Creek zombie graveyard cafe. Very cool. Tarman's going to be showing up. If you're a Return of the Living Dead fan, Tarman's going to be showing up and doing some photos in the cafe with Linnea. And I'm excited about that. I've got actually six barrels of Triox in my front lawn right now that I've got to make sure I spray paint the emergency contact information for the Army on before we go there.
Nice.
But Locked in the Cellar is putting together an amazing little, again, experience, right? Yeah. Where it'll be great to see Linnea again. I have amazing memories. The first Shock Stock actually happened on the weekend of my own birthday. And cool. I remember just sitting in a pub eating birthday cake and playing darts with Linnea, and now I get to see her almost 15 years later.
And you haven't seen her since. You haven't had her back to any of the shows since then.
We haven't had her back, and I have not seen her at another show. Personally, I haven't seen her at another show since. So, cool. So it'll be really exciting to reconnect and just say hey, and maybe we'll get a round of darts in if we can. But if not, you know what? We're gonna enjoy some good coffee and hopefully we don't get too scared.
Because right now, so you got Shock Stock that you run. Woo, Coffin Creek, yeah, exactly. So Shock Stock you run, and then now you've got London Comic-Con, and you do the Heatwave ones too, right?
Yeah, Heatwave Hot Sauce Expo.
Yeah, tell us a bit about that.
That's at the end of February. It's a different type of pop culture expo in the sense that it is I think it's Canada's largest hot sauce expo. So it's a gathering of hot sauce crafters from all over, mostly Ontario, but some from the Maritimes to the prairies, and we bring in around 50 different hot sauce companies combined. Sometimes they have close to 1,000 different sauces on site, and with your admission ticket you can sample all of them. And then we've also got amazing stage content. We've got usually a live DJ spinning music all day, and just really good vibes, and a lot of really spicy food. And it's an amazing it's an amazing multicultural event because it really does give you the flavors of the world without having to pick and choose a meal. You just get to taste, and
And
it's
so, because you guys do shock stock at the Ramada, correct, in South London?
Yeah, we do the shock stock happens at the Ramada. It happens at the Ramada, and it's the last couple of years has expanded. It's a couple days in the leading up. We do gala screenings at a theater, whether it's downtown or across town. We usually have a theater that we work with and do a couple gala screenings. So that's moved the show from a 3-day convention to a 5-day festival.
Okay, I gotcha. And then where do you guys do Heat Wave?
Heat Wave is at Centennial Hall downtown.
It is Centennial. Okay.
Yep. We're locked in. It's February 28th, 2026 is the dates for Heat Wave, and yeah, it's going to be the best hot sauce crafters around. It's straightforward. You can buy a ticket, come in and sample stuff. All the sampling's free with your admission, or you can get a combo that comes with a pound of wings. We have a chef, Chef D, who does the best chicken wings in the world, and I will say confidently they are the best chicken wings in the world. I love the chicken wings at Heat Wave Expo. Amazing. And you can buy them.
The geek test coming on.
You buy it by the pound, and you can walk around. So they give you the pound bare, and then you can bring it around and sample it with all the sauces that you like the most.
Oh yeah,
I want to go to that.
You two got to come to London, and we got to do that.
Yeah, we're making a trip for this.
So Jake, they're three really different shows from each other, though. I mean, obviously you've got some similarities between Shock Stock and London Comic Con, but I mean, the venues are different, the crowds are different, the vibe is different. Like, what are you taking from these shows that you're able to do three completely different shows in the same area?
Well, it's about finding a community. And you know what? To say, I think the vibe is not completely different. We have a very similar vibe at all of our shows, and I think that's what makes our shows, at least enjoyable. I think successful is a subjective term. You know what I mean? People are gonna go, well, no, it's true. I mean, like you say, oh, it's a successful show, but why isn't it, at the convention center, or why isn't there, a million people there? Well, it's not about, getting the biggest crowd. It's about having the best time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And with Heat Wave, we get, probably around 1,000. We've had up to 1,500 people in a single day, which is, that's pretty packed for the basement of Centennial Hall. But some years, like if there's a snowstorm, because it's the end of February, there's a snowstorm, things plummet, but we've also had people that travel, take a train from Alberta to come, because there's also a stage in the back where we do eating competitions. We do world record challenges, world chili pepper champion. Mike Jack is from London. He's
I've met him actually a few times. Yeah.
And he is, if you're watching this, it's because you love superheroes. That guy is a real life superhero.
It's
he can
crazy.
Eat hot peppers like they were candy, and it never gets old to see him compete. He's a true professional, and we love bringing him home to do that. And again, we have challenges. There was a challenge last year. I think 8 guys got up on the stage, and 8 of them keeled over. Like 4 of them left in an ambulance. 2 guys passed out in the bathroom in a puddle of vomit. Like, it's crazy. It gets crazy. Competitive eating and spicy food competitions are nothing short of crazy. It's wild.
And now
I love it.
Space.
You get to cheer them on, you get to laugh, and you know what, people buy tickets to Heat Wave even if they don't like spicy food, because they want to watch their friends torture themselves.
Right, of course. 100%. We torture each other whenever we do any of these geek tests with any of these hot sauce and stuff. So, Rob, you look like you got something. Is there something you want to get in here with?
No, not necessarily.
No,
I mean, I'm more. I want to bring it back to London.
Like I'm hogging
I want to bring
it
back to London.
I don't want to hog
Comic-Con
all the time.
Sure. Oh, what a segue, Jeff! What a segue.
I was like looking on something on the website.
So I was like, "Hey, Rob, do you want to get in here? I don't want to just bogart all the. We've been talking for 44 minutes, and I've been talking for 40 of them. So like,
let's bring it back to next weekend. So I'm super hyped about it, and You're absolutely like, I know it's one thing to hear the guy who runs it say we create a great vibe, but you absolutely do create a great vibe. And that's why it quickly became like, I live 4 hours away and London's my favorite place to go to, primarily because the vibes you create when we're there. Like if I couldn't give up any con, it would be London Comic Con.
Yeah, 100%.
And looking at the attractions this year and the schedule, what you got going on, it looks like it's bigger than it's ever been. There's tons of things going on. And like you said earlier about it being enjoyable versus the successful, but it's enjoyable. Right. And looking at the schedule, you have so many things going on, from workshops to panels to things that you weren't doing last year. Yeah. So one of the things that I'm super hyped about is, sorry to cut you off there, but the Never Ending Story exhibit that you have on your website.
Yeah, it's I think possibly the highlight of the weekend for a lot of people is checking that out. It's 900 square feet. It's got a 40-foot long Falcor, a Rockbiter, a Gamork, the Swamps of Sadness, the whole world is there, and you can spend some time in there. You can snap some photos. You can get your photos taken with Falcor. You could get your photos taken on top of Falcor, and for a lot of people, like, that's kind of a dream come true. You know what I mean? Like, it's a childhood fantasy for a lot of older middle-aged people like us. Let's not pretend it's the movie's 40 years old, so it's a lot of nostalgia for some, but at the same time, if you're a young kid and you're walking into Comic-Con and you see a 40-foot tall giant luck dragon that you don't even know who it is, that you can sit, you're going to say, oh my God, that dragon's so cool. And it's going to introduce a whole new generation to this, and maybe they pick up the book and they want to read it. Maybe they pick up the movie and they want to see it. So there's a lot of people. We've gotten tons of messages. So I just watched this with my kids for the first time because I saw this and I wanted to introduce it to them, and they loved it, or or they're
traumatized so many people. No. The horse. If they had Artax in the swamp with the mud, that would re-traumatize the shit out of me.
Yeah.
The dragon is great. The horse in the swamp is terrifying.
The horse is coming. The horse is in the swamp.
Coming.
Through the horse, man. I'll start.
There's going to be all kinds of millennials and zennials crying.
Some 10-year-old boys yanking them reins for the horse to come out. I'm just going to be bawling in the corner. I think you'll do that.
Is this going to be set up in the building?
Yeah, it's inside. It's like the whole back corner. It's like 900 square feet. We had to actually eliminate vendor booths to fit it because it's so big.
Wow.
So we've trimmed down. We had to say, and it's the same thing. Like, again, like, it's a no-brainer for us, and we've heard other shows that, we've talked to some displays, cosplay groups and stuff that said they don't have room for us anymore because they sold the room to this corporation or to Bell to make VR stuff. But we actually had to decide, do we want to sell space or do we want to have attractions this year? And we had to take a huge cut because of the size of the building. We had to take a huge cut on vendors, revenue, to bring in bigger and better experiences. And no regrets there. We're happy we did it. We want the fans to have a positive experience. But with that being said, it's almost we've outgrown the venue and it's almost time to go.
Speaking of not outgrowing the venue, but positive experiences, I'm going to be remiss. It's almost 50 minutes in and we haven't talked about it yet. I do want to mention the after party.
Yes.
I can't believe we haven't mentioned that.
Yeah, the last 2 years, the Geeks Company have decided to put together an after party. The first year, I think we maybe drew 40, 50 people to the after party. Last year, we lost count after, I think, 90 or something along those lines. Like, I'm fairly confident we ended up drawing over 100 people that time. So we are doing it again this year. And this year, we do have the assistance, or at least the blessing, of London Comic Con behind us as well.
It's the official after party. You can say official.
We are the official after party of London Comic Con. So our good friend, I've known him for years and years and years. We mentioned him before, sort of London local Deadpool DP TikToks. Our boy James has been helping me in getting that sort of organized. So just so you guys know, if you haven't seen the posting or not, we are doing it. The official time is at 8 o'clock since the con goes till 7. Your geeks will probably be there a little bit ahead of time, but we are not at the same venue this year. We are at Krabby Joe's, which is literally like 2 doors down from the venue that we were at. The venue we were at did have some bonuses. It had some cons, but the biggest con was for 2 years running, they only gave us one server. And last year, with over 100 people showing up with one server, it just wasn't enough. We begged, we pleaded, like, please, we'd love to come back and give you all this money. And they were like, nope, that's what you get. So I've already been spoken with Krabby Joe's. I reiterated to them. They were like, oh, yeah, we have you down for 40 people. I'm like, no, my sweet summer child. That's not going to cut it. So they have us down as 50 plus. And I mentioned the service levels. And they're like, we do this all the time. You guys will have all kinds of servers. None of that will be a problem. And I have to give a big shout out, not only to London Comic Con for making this the official party, but to TVX Sabers is partnering with us as well. Yes. They, like last year, are going to be giving away a lightsaber. This year, they're giving away a Darth Vader replica lightsaber. So we're going to have the same criteria we had last year. Show us that you've subscribed to the YouTube channel for us. Show us that you're following TVX Sabers on Instagram. You're instantly in the draw. We'll do the draw at the end of the night. And Eric, if you're watching, fuck you. You don't get to win this year.
You only get one.
Yeah, I kind of want to.
Eric doesn't even get to get a ticket.
Lightsaber.
No, nobody give Eric a ticket. He won last year, and he was a complete douche about it. So he doesn't get to win anymore. Love you, buddy. But Jake, thanks for partnering up with us on that. Because we found it's same thing. It's another one of those things where it gets the community together and keeps building that. And because now you're breaking bread together. Now you're having a meal. Now you're having some drinks. Now you're in a more casual environment. You get to trade those stories, and you're still talking about the con. And by the way, it's Saturday night. So not only are we hyped up from all of Saturday at the con, but we're also hyping ourselves up for Sunday coming to the con. So it's a really cool way to kind of bridge that the experience from one day to the next as well. So thanks for partnering up with us on this. It's pretty cool.
It's I'm excited. I'm happy to say that the Geeks and Co are hosting an official. If you guys are, okay with that.
Yeah, by all means. 100%.
But yeah, you know what? It's great. And again, like, it's great when you see the community coming together, when you guys are like, hey, we want to do this. It's like, of course, do an official after party, because like, we've got so much stuff on the go. And that's the stuff that personally we wish we could do more of is more after hours programming. We would love, and I'm sure every event organizer would love nothing more than to be fully embraced by the city and, to say, hey, this bar down the street, it's doing a Comic-Con themed night. This one's doing trivia, doing this, all because Comic-Con. It's like, you hear about the South by Southwest and they go, everyone in Austin engages and everyone grows that and becomes a, like a fringe thing where everyone's involved. And it's like, we would love that to happen. We can't force it, but we're so grateful when, people such as yourselves, come in and go, hey, let's do more. Let's do more.
Yep. So Krabby Joe's downtown, Krabby Joe's, guys, 8:00. So it was not the best reaction you could ever want in a Winners and Stores worthy. Yes, this is the gentleman that won last year. And apparently the week leading up to it, he was just telling people, don't even bother entering. I've won it. It's mine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
A week before he was saying that.
Before he's telling them. And as soon as I called the number, he's like, I knew it. Like, he starts screaming out in front of everybody. I'm like, we can't ever have this guy win again. It's terrible. So yeah, he's out of the contest. You won your lightsaber, sir. You were cut off. Please come to the after party still. But Krabby Joe downtown, Saturday the 13th at 8:00.
You should have him do the draw. We should
have him. That's a really good idea. Actually, yes. Eric, you got to come out and get a seat at the end. You draw the next winner.
And he has to hand the winner the lightsaber.
Right.
Yeah.
This is for you. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Perfect. You can have it.
Eric,
right now he's like, fuck you guys, I'm not going.
He's on the hook.
Not gonna show up at all. He was talking about it long after. Oh no, trust me, we're aware he was talking about it long after. And especially like the Sunday at Comic-Con after, he was insufferable, like brutal. So yeah, that's pretty great. And like I said, it helps to grow the community. So sorry, Jay.
I was just gonna say we're this weekend. No, not this weekend. Next weekend at London Comic Con, the Geeks and Co booth. We're bringing in the Game of Thrones experience. And we've kind of been touring that all year, but man, that throne is just so dope, and I love those Game of Thrones cosplays. So guys, come and check it out. We're gonna have a bunch of Game of Thrones cosplayers on Saturday. We've got some not so Game of Thrones, but very fantasy medieval cosplayers that are gonna be there as well. I don't know if I should be spoiling it, but that's gonna, oh, man, the attention she gets thing is ridiculous.
There's
So
vibe at the booth, definitely like a fantasy vibe at the booth on Saturday. So
yeah.
We've been telling people this all year. You don't have to be in Game of Thrones or fantasy garb to come and get a really cool picture on the throne, because almost any cosplay, you're there as Superman. You're not gonna think it's gonna look dope as Superman sitting on the throne, or Batman, or your favorite anime character or whatever.
That's literally why I made that throne, because we went to Comic-Con in 2022 and there was a throne there and we all got photos on it, and I was like Batman looks dope on this throne.
On the
like
throne.
anybody looks dope on a throne. And then I'm like, I'm making a big throne.
And I mean, like that's the whole idea of Comic-Con anyways, is worlds colliding. It's multiverse, it's crossover. Like, like this is where, you can play out something that you're never going to see. Your imagination runs wild. That's what it's all about. Come to the booth and be dressed as Elmo.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dope as shit on the throne. Plus, we'll still have our backdrops and like everything that you're used to seeing as well. Obviously, the throne will be the big feature, but it's not just going to be the throne and 4 blank walls. Like there's going to be, as there is every year at our booth, there's going to be shit to do at the booth every single time, all the time, not just the throne, but everything else. I will cosplay my Game of Thrones hounds on Saturday. There you go. See, if you have the Game of Thrones cosplay, please bring it up. I'll be doing Daemon Targaryen again. JS is going to be doing Jon Snow. Megan, our friend editor,
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. Yeah. Megan's going to do her Rhaenyra. So yeah, if you've got one, great. If you got Lord of the Rings costumes,
I don't have a Game of Thrones cosplay, so I'm going to go downstairs with Capes and Chaos.
Well, you built the throne, sir. So I think it's cool that you don't. Your contribution is the throne. I think you're good.
You should just wear a crown and a cape. There you go.
Yeah. Ooh,
you bought a crown. You bought a crown at London Comic-Con a couple of years ago.
I did, yeah.
At London,
you could stop at Burger King on the way and get a crown.
That's true. It's true. Not on an airplane. But yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
And then on Sunday, we're completely off it's not anything close to that, because we want to kind of partner up a little bit with our boy Noah, the Freakish Workshop, who is a guest this year again at London Comic-Con, and he's got. I'm not spilling any beans, right? He's been posting about it the whole.
He's been posting.
We'll tell the story. He was supposed to debut his Rhino at Fan Expo, and I guess that didn't really happen.
It's never happening.
Yeah, so he is actually going to have it out on display at London on Saturday. He's actually going to be in it on Sunday. So we're doing a Spider-Verse theme on Sunday. Yeah, I almost don't want to say what we're doing because it's so fun, man. Especially yours, man. I'm so happy you're doing this cosplay, Jeff. You have no idea how excited I am about phase 2 of that costume.
So if you have my interest, now you have my attention. If you have some Spider-Verse stuff that you can wear on Sunday, that's fantastic. Again, you're not on the hook.
I want to just add a little clarification to that.
Go ahead.
Because I told somebody we're going to be doing Spider-Verse stuff. So bring your, and they said, oh, my costume's not part of that movie. So when I said Spider-Verse, they're thinking like the Into the Spider-Verse.
No.
It's
anything
the whole
to do
Spider-Man universe,
Spider-Man through anything. Yeah.
Not specifically.
Yeah.
Isn't that movie about the whole
pretty much
it is
pretty much yeah.
You have to work hard not to have a costume that's not in that film.
That's true.
Anyway, it did come up, so I'm just being clear. Anything to do with Spider from all time.
Yeah, anything Spider-Man related.
Is he going to be able to get that thing, like up to the second floor?
Yeah, there's elevators.
Oh, okay. Oh,
there's freight elevators in the back.
He's gonna need to use the freight.
He's gonna need the freight elevator. He's Dalek-sized in it. Like
we bring trucks into the building.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just asking questions. All right, Jake. Jeez.
It's a subtle way of giving you a heads up. We're gonna ask to use the freight elevator.
Yeah,
sounds good. That's actually really good to know, because the venue will have to clear that with them, but that's no problem at all.
Yeah, I think if the Daleks are going to be planning on coming up at some point, we should try to coordinate getting Noah up at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good idea. If the Daleks are going to come up for sure on the Sunday. If not, we'll just pick a good time for Noah to come up. If
it makes sense, like if he's got it on display Saturday, but he plans on wearing it Sunday, that we could also truck it up either at the end of the day Saturday or before the show opens on Sunday too.
Oh, that's cool.
Just have it up there and have it ready.
We'll
That's
talk
actually
about
not a bad
it.
idea.
Good
We should
idea.
discuss
Yeah.
that with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake,
Okay.
before we let you go,
Sure.
I want to give you an opportunity. If there was one thing you wanted people to know about London Comic Con,
Mhm.
take a second if you want to think about it. But if there's one,
No,
one piece
I
of
was
knowledge you want
actually
to impart,
I was just about to say, London Comic Con is for everyone. We've all we've been talking about is how we want the community to engage. We want things to grow. If there's something that you want to see or want to do at London Comic Con, um, within reason, you can do it. If you download the London Comic Con app, you can create a meetup. It's called a meetup. Um, Last year we had an indie wrestling company created a meetup, and they had no ring wrestling out in the courtyard, and they just impromptu, they said, hey, we're going to go out there and we're going to do this. We have to approve it, obviously. We said, okay, you guys are safe, you got all your stuff. They had a booth, go ahead. They went outside and they did it. Cosplay meetups, the Spider-Verse thing, create meetups on the app and bring people together. If you want to, in the Extra Life gaming area, we've got RPGs, some tabletop gaming, some classic gaming. If you say, hey, I want to get together and I want to put on a tournament just for fun and see who shows up, go on the app, create a meetup and bring people in and create your own experience. The schedule's there. You can pick everything that you love off the schedule, make your own schedule inside the app, but create new experiences. And you know what? The more we see those experiences happen, the more, obviously, like things like every year, we have cosplayers that create Genshin Impact cosplay meetups. And the meetups are growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're like, oh, this is something that we need to engage with. So now this year we've got a guest coming who does voices for that game, and people are excited about it. So it's like,
nice.
if we're seeing the engagement grow, if we see people really, wanting to craft stuff, that's how you get our attention. That's how you say, oh, you know what? Like we're creating more meetups for, for Pokemon cards. We've got obviously players is doing tournaments in the room, but then you've got people going, hey, we want to do more casual play. We want to do this. Well, you know what? Next year we'll add more tables. We'll do more. We'll do more in that regard. If we've got horror meetups, maybe we're going to add more horror next year. We want to we want to listen to people going online on a Facebook comment and saying your guests suck. We want this guest. I'm not listening to that because it's negativity.
it's useless.
We respond to positivity. We respond to people actually going to the show and doing what they love. When we see people loving, anime, when we see people loving video games, that's why we're booking more video game voice actors. That's why we're booking more anime voice actors, because that's what people are really there to love. And as the show grows and the community grows, we want all that engagement. We bring in, and we've got an expanded Pride area this year with more, to represent queer artists and do a photo booth with the drag queens. We've got the drag show, which is super big, everybody loves. We've got more engagement with the Power Rangers zone. We've got a bigger area for that. Capes and Chaos, they're growing, and we're helping them to grow. We want them to grow. Give them more space. Let's do more things. Like, this is how we build a broader community, and this is how we bring everyone together truly for the love of the Comic-Con experience and the culture. And that's what it is. It's, we love bringing in guests, and we love people getting excited for guests. But if you're going to put money down for Comic-Con, come because you love Comic-Con, not because you want to wait in line for one autograph and then just leave. Like, come. And if you want to meet one guest, by all means do it. If that's what you want, but then give everything else a chance. Come check out, come play some arcade games, come check out some, independent artists, and check out all the amazing crafters in Artist Alley, and just say, hey, you know what, like, maybe this is, not why I came, but this is why I'm going to stay. And this is why I'm going to make this my annual thing, because the more people get that, the more everyone's just going to have a better time.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I love that we're on the same
100%.
page with that, Jake. I mean, London Comic Con to me is an experience more than a con.
And I appreciate that, because it is something that we're actively trying to do. Is we're trying to give people a unique experience, under the framework of Comic-Con. But we can't just follow the notes. That's not how we do it.
No, and that really emanates from you. You can feel it all the way out here in the schwa, for sure. Yeah.
Wow. We've been yapping for an hour and 5 minutes. I feel like there's a bunch of stuff we wanted to talk about we never even got to. Let me see
You
here.
have an itinerary that we didn't get. Was there anything that you did want to make sure you get to? So again, guys, just so we should 13th and 14th, 2 days, Saturday and Sunday at RBC Place, downtown London, Ontario. 10 to 7 on the Saturday.
10 to 7 Saturday, 10 to 5 Sunday.
10 to 7 Saturday, 10 to 5 Sunday. And of course, the after party, as we already said, 8 o'clock at Krabby Joe's downtown, hosted by Your Geeks and Co., the official after party, where TVX Sabers is going to give away a brand new replica Darth Vader lightsaber.
Oh, I wish I could enter this draw, but
and we're going to make Eric give that to the next person. So we really, really hope we're going to see you guys there. And the Geeks and Co. booth is going to be probably in a similar place as last year. And we're bringing the throne, we're bringing everything else that you expect to see from us. To help bring that community experience to all you guys. So, Jake, where can people buy? Are tickets still available, and where can they get them?
Tickets are available LondonComicCon.ca. You can buy your tickets online. I believe there's very, very, very few amount of physical day pass vouchers that are discounted. They're available at Players Cards, Heroes Comics, Neo Tokyo, and White Oaks Mall's customer service kiosk while quantities last.
So will you be selling at the door if there are tickets left? Can people
always
sell tickets at the door?
Tickets will be available at the door as well.
Okay, perfect.
But always buy in advance because you save money.
There will be a really nice bike being raffled at the case booth. Look at this, guys. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Bikes and lightsabers and all kinds of good stuff. A heckin' good show today. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Another thing that I do want to mention really quick.
Go.
It's been said a few times online and all our advertising, but we do want to mention that we are every general admission weekend pass, $5 from every ticket goes to Children's Health Network and Extra Life London, our fundraising partners. So, even just by coming to Comic-Con, you're doing good. But Capes and Chaos, the 501st, all these great cosplayers, all raising money for Children's Health Foundation throughout the building as well. And we really, really, really want to smash our fundraising records. So let's everybody do their part. Even just by buying a ticket, you're supporting a great cause. So come on out.
Perfect. Don't buy it. If you can't buy it if you can't go, buy it for your friends. Get your friends to go. Buy it for your aunt. Buy it for your cousin. Buy it for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Buy it
just very literally quickly, something to do for everybody there.
Yeah, 100%. Just very quickly, I want to rattle off a couple of things here. First of all, featured cosplayers and community members. Unorthodox is going to be there again. Freakish, DP Tacos, Not Possible. Bear Sailor Moon is having his.
He's doing a talent show.
It's a talent show this year. That's right.
He's doing a talent show.
He's doing a talent show this year. Adam Corky is going to be there. Cosplay competition, cosplay catwalk. There's going to be a repair station. Our friend Lindy Cosplay Supplies is.
Linda's the best.
Yeah, Linda's awesome. What else? There's going to be a chill zone. I mean, there's a ton of stuff going on. The 501st is going to be there. The Doctor Who Society is going to be there. We're going to be there.
And for our friends, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, the venue is licensed.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not anymore.
Wait, what?
No, London Comic-Con is a dry event.
Oh,
it's been a dry event for 2 years now. That's something that we've did in partnership with the Sober Connection. Actually, I don't think last year, but the year before, even though we had partnered with a sober organization and we're giving tickets away, that the venue had mistakenly been selling alcohol for half of the day on Saturday. And
I was going to say it was not a dry event. I can tell you that.
It wasn't a dry event. Okay, my apologies, Jake. My apologies for mistake. I bought a beer at the event, so I'm like,
that was a mistake. You shouldn't have had that beer. But,
all right, save all your drinking then for the after party Saturday.
In no way are we against it, just against it in the building.
That's fair. No, that's
out of sight, out of mind. I'll say that.
No, that's good. Come to the after party, drink there at the after party.
Yeah. Support the Krabby Joe's in the after party. That's a great
after party for sure. All right, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Jake, thank you so much, bud, for coming on. I mean, we I don't see you regularly, but we see you a couple times throughout the year. We appreciate you, man. Everything you guys do, not just for us, but for the community.
Yep.
I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We say this many times on this podcast. London Comic Con is our favorite con of the year. We always can't wait for that show. I mean, there are bigger shows, yes. Are there shows where there are more people that we know? Yes. But this is a show where everybody has fun, everybody has a great time. It's always a great party. Thank you so much, not just for coming tonight, but for putting on an amazing freaking show year after year.
Hey, I thank you guys for being a part of it. And if you want me back on, maybe a few episodes after, if you once the smoke clears, maybe we can talk about the future, because there was a few things we were going to discuss.
Yeah, we never got to.
We never got around to it. So we're going to be doing a bit of a State of the Union, but maybe I'll save a few drops for the next time I'm on here, and
I was going to wait till we're off the air and ask you that anyway. Could we have you back on a couple of weeks after, so we could just talk about the show and how it went? And
between now and the end of the year, you also have like a couple things going on, right? Don't you have a shock?
Oh,
is it
God,
shock? You got a Christmas market thing. You got all kinds of things to do.
We've got a charity haunt at White Oaks Mall for 2 weeks at the end of October, with a Halloween market, a 2-day Halloween market on the 18th and 19th. Then Geeky Gifts Brantford, I think, is the 22nd, the Saturday. Geeky Gifts London is the 29th, the Sunday, something like that.
Yeah,
the dates will be up. So we've got lots of stuff
on
happening.
And talk about all the kind of stuff you're doing and the plans that you have for the future.
And in the middle of all that, I got to go to Edmonton and Saskatoon to break down this Banksy project and build it again on the. So I leave the Saturday after Comic-Con to go produce another gallery. And then I just found out, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I might be actually taking it to the States next year and touring the States with it as well. So it's going to keep me very busy. However,
because you weren't busy enough already,
I will always make time to hang out with the Geeks and Co podcast, guys.
Hey!
We appreciate you, Jake.
Back on. Like, there's no question there.
Whether we're online or at Hard Rock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's right. And also, we're going to be making sure that we give a little more support to the May the 4th event for you guys next year. We were talking about some stuff, so we've got tents. We got tents for you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, we were talking about doing. Yeah, listen, that's not.
Yeah.
Hold off.
Yes, we'll definitely have you back on. We'll talk about that.
Let's slow down a little bit here. Boys, any final words? Because we're not going to be here next Thursday. Remember, guys, next Thursday we're not going to be here. It's going to be Saturday at 1 p.m. live from London Comic Con. Gentlemen. No.
It's my hometown con, so I always feel so blessed and almost like not hosting you guys, but I just love it when you guys are coming to my hood, kind of like with May the 4th too, but even more so with London Comic Con. It's a couple of days, we get to hang out, we get to be geeks, we get to do our thing at our booth. It's cool you guys are coming to us. It just makes me feel so good, warm and fuzzy inside. I know that's super, super dumb, but I don't know. Something makes me feel really good about you guys coming here and us doing it here in town and supporting such a great con and so many cool things that we got going on here. So thank you two. And of course, Miss Jen and Megan. I think she's watching if she's not, but Miss Megan as well. Everybody that's coming in from out of town to come to our little end of London to come to our show. That's that someone put together a really good job of, and I'm weirdly proud of it, even though I had nothing to do with putting it together. But it's cool that I live in a town that has such a great experience for community to get involved in. So
I think you guys have just as much to do with the success of the show as I do. I got to be honest about
hilarious, but thank you.
Thank you, but
but really, it would not happen without the community, and I think that we're all part of it. So you know what I mean. Like it's
that
not,
we can agree with.
It's not my show. It's our show, guys. Like let's all enjoy it. It's just I'm the only one that like you said has to look at the invoice at the end.
Yeah, you got to pay the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be fun. There's our editor Megan. So actually, it's gonna be one of those rare events too, where the whole team's gonna be there. All 5 of the core geek members are gonna be there. I don't know the last time we even had a show where all 5 of us.
London.
Maybe it was London.
I think everybody
it
was
like nobody will miss London. Like we all.
Yeah, the last time we were all together was in London.
So there you go. That's why London's special to us, because we all come out and we all spend the time at it. So
yeah.
Yep. All right.
Well, Jake, thank you so much again. Don't go anywhere, by the way. Stick with us for a minute.
Yeah.
guys, for everybody that's still watching, thank you so much. Make sure you click that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. If you click the notification bell, it'll let you know every time we go live or upload a new video. I know there's not been a whole lot of uploads lately, but we're going to remedy that very, very soon. And I'm going to start building a brand new prop shop. So you're going to see some stuff happening around here. And then we got to get those geek tests back on track because, man, that hot sauce, man. I'm still eating. I bought like 3 more bottles of that, by the way, since then.
That
so
one was.
I'm just saying,
so
I keep
good,
buying
yeah.
more of it. The black cherry,
black cherry, ghost pepper, whatever it was, from Pepper North.
Oh yeah. So go get you some hot sauce. In the meantime, we'll see you next week at London Comic Con. Make sure you stay geeky, everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss an episode.